All right, are you ready for a fresh edition of the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video? Monday evening's weather for Weather Geeks. Hope you had a good weekend. Boy, the weather was great this weekend. We had a nice break from the humidity, we had some sunshine, and it was just a perfect summer weekend for anything you wanted to do outdoors. Before we get to today's weather, which I have a few words about, here's a look at where we've been so far in August in terms of total rainfall. There's been a pretty sharp contrast across our television viewing area, and kind of the dividing line is roughly right around 224, I would say. From 224 on south, it's been a pretty dry start to August through the first 12 days of the month, with a few exceptions. But I live in Boardman. I've had less than a half an inch. I know Ralph in Canfield has only had a little more than a tenth of an inch. And there's been other areas that are kind of in the same boat. But then once you go to the north, it's been quite a bit wetter. There's been 2.5 inches of rain at the Youngstown Warren Airport in Vienna so far this August. And Trumbull and Mercer counties have seen much, much more rain than the rest of our viewing area so far this month. All right. Today's forecast was a bust. And as you've often heard me say in this video and other venues, whenever the forecast busts, you're going to hear about it first from me. I have no problem recognizing when the forecast goes awry. This is a science that will humble weather forecasters. Anytime our ego wants to get a little too big, the atmosphere says, "Hold your horses there, pal. I'm in charge of this show." And every now and then, the atmosphere is just going to do something that we just did not expect. The computer modeling didn't expect, and that was today's story. We had some showers that cropped up early afternoon, and instead of fizzling away, they actually gained a little momentum, and it rained at a decent clip in some spots around Sharon and heading over towards Mercer especially. And even as of this recording at 7:01, we still have a couple of residual sprinkles and showers moving across parts of Mahoning County. Just kind of some unforeseen atmospheric dynamics today. Really subtle stuff in the upper levels of the atmosphere going on that allowed for these showers to spring to life and bring some measurable rain to parts of the valley. All right, from here on out tonight, we'll be keeping a close eye on the radar off to our west. It's quiet right now, but I'm expecting a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch to be issued at some point this evening for places such as Springfield, Illinois, probably Indianapolis as well, and maybe eventually tonight, Cincinnati. This is a zone that will be our prime target for severe weather tonight. The Storm Prediction Center does have an enhanced risk from far eastern Iowa through central Illinois and west central and central parts of Indiana. The low-end risk gets to about Zanesville across southeast Ohio. Not real concerned about severe weather here tonight. Probably not tomorrow for that matter. I'll talk about tomorrow's forecast in a moment. But this is the risk for the rest of today and into tonight. And you're going to see on our high-res futurecast this kind of blowing up near Champaign and then moving off to the south and east, impacting Indianapolis overnight. It's going to be a bumpy night from Indianapolis to Cincinnati. I-75, I-70, places that will be affected by some late-night storms and the possibility of severe weather. But while earlier today it looks like this storm complex might impact parts of northeast Ohio and western PA, the last several runs of our modeling have shown a distinct southward trend, and so I'm less concerned now about any heavy thunderstorms around here for rush hour Tuesday morning. That's some good news. There might be a shower around, but I'm not real concerned about anything getting too out of control. Very juicy air mass coming our way after that break from the humidity over the weekend. It's more humid this evening, and from the ground several thousand feet up in the atmosphere, we'll be waterlogged overnight tonight. So while the coverage tomorrow morning of showers may not be that high, if you do get under a shower tomorrow morning, it may not be just a run-of-the-mill shower. It may be a shower that has a little oomph to it. For 5 or 10 minutes, you might get a pretty good tropical downpour. As we get into the second half of the day tomorrow, I can't rule out another shower and perhaps even a thunderstorm, but the most moisture-laden air will sink to our south and east, and actually some drying will take place by tomorrow night and heading into Wednesday as well, and I think a better day is coming up on Wednesday. Weather Prediction Center, part of the National Weather Service, does have a medium risk of excessive rainfall or a flash flood risk across parts of eastern Ohio and western PA. For tomorrow, I kind of suspect the highest risk is going to be to our south and east, but again, I can't rule out some tropical downpours here and there across our TV viewing area. Again, even though the coverage I don't think is going to be all that high. Hit or miss, randomly placed showers will be a possibility right into the afternoon tomorrow. If we hear thunder, it's more likely going to be in the afternoon. But then I think we'll see that drier punch really making inroads towards the end of the day, and that will lead to a nicer night tomorrow night and a nicer day coming up on Wednesday. In addition to the rain risk, the risk for damaging wind gusts and perhaps some hail, definitely higher to our south and east, from Parkersburg and Marietta through Charleston, Morgantown, Johnstown, PA, over towards Harrisburg, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia. All those places have a much higher risk of seeing some severe weather coming out of this system during the course of Tuesday. A better day coming up on Wednesday. This dashed black line, it's kind of what we use on weather maps to signify a trough of low pressure. Not quite a front, just kind of a weather disturbance, if you will, a little weak boundary. This will set up far enough to our south, I think, on Wednesday that we'll get into this drier northeasterly flow. I think Wednesday will be a pretty nice day. But that trough kind of lifts a little bit far enough to the north on Thursday that I'm going to allow for a spotty shower and storm on Thursday. So dew points plunge a little bit on Wednesday. It'll be a nicer day. A little more humid again by Thursday and Friday. And while Saturday might be a little less humid, it's going to be pretty warm, I think, as we kick off the weekend. And then we'll wrap up the weekend on a pretty steamy note on Sunday. Quite a bit more humid this Sunday than the Sunday we just got done with. Not much cool air in the longer range. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook showing high odds of above average temperatures from the desert southwest right through the Plain States, the Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley, and up into the northeast as well. So if you're looking for a little autumn preview, this is not your pattern, it looks like, through the middle portions of August. And again, as I've been saying frequently, looks like a pretty warm pattern, I think, through a good chunk of the end of August and a good chunk of September as well. All right, that'll do it for tonight. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here on Tuesday, and check out my updated forecast tonight on 21 News at 11 o'clock.